Okay, I represent something to you, man. I am like Christ, secret agent 475 on the Christ team, all right? International Christ stuff, okay? I gotta present something that you might not like. I think that they're all guilty, and I'm talking about the black people. I think that they all killed somebody. So the very first commandment is thou shalt not kill. That means the record is stained, and there's two ways out of this: a mass confession, probably 12 years in jail for all of them. We don't really have those jails, so they'd have to work for a year to help fund the jails, and they require a lot of cooperation. A lot of corporations would have to downsize. I think America would have to rebudget its economy 7 times. It'd probably lose about 12 million a year for said destiny, and or they could just probably just drop dead and go to hell and we mulch them up, turn them into a new lawnmower stuff, help the blades, and that would be it. In the timeline of history, okay, this is tough, man. It could have been anything. I think that we were probably, and Christ helped me, probably created like let's say 12 years ago, right? Okay, so let's say so. This is 10. This is the problem. We got 10 fingers, right? So we got to count this and this, right? Okay. So this is probably the Cretaceous period. This is probably the Tandaloic period. This is probably the Itacraic period. This is probably the Neocadmian period. This is probably the Neanderthal period. This is probably the Humanic Village period. This is probably the Dark Ages period. This is probably the Renaissance period. This is probably the World War II type of period, like the 1940s. This is probably the Sleuth period. This is probably the early 90s, and this is probably the decade we're in, the 2020s, right? Right. I think that it probably, I don't know why. It's either here in the 10th period of time or the ninth period of time. Maybe if I had to guess, I'd say probably between the ninth period of time and the 10th period of time, maybe 1990. I think the killing of Tupac Shakur was a white man in there. And I think his name was Daryl Strawberry. And I don't think Daryl Strawberry ever played for the Dodgers. I don't think that. I used to go to the games and say Daryl Strawberry, but I never saw Daryl Strawberry. I don't even think there is a Daryl Strawberry. I think they had him on the field conspiratorially, and it was a white man. I don't know, man. 42 years old, probably looks like me. And I think they've been messing around with suits or something. And I think Tupac Shakur shot in Vegas was actually probably yeah, Mike Myers. I think they faked the rest of his career somehow, man. Mike Myers is dead, and I don't know, man. There's Tupac at large, I would say. So I think that LV is Tupac. I think Bad Baby's dating Tupac or something. And he wants to kill me because in jail they say I'm 3Pac and all these things. In German, Tupac means to kill you. In Sweden, Tupac means to grant you. When he says something like, and he'll be scared, man. Come on, to be informative, tell the police you seen him. Um, what does he say? You think that Machiavelli means I'm coming back? It basically kind of just basically admits that I think he was the perpetrator in killing Mike Myers. I think the movie So He Married an Axe Murderer was a time travel event of all time, and I think that's the death of Daniel Bergoli. And I think that they framed Mike Myers to kill Daniel Bergoli in the year zero. And then they went into the movie, froze the last scene, probably, I would say, threw him off the roof at the Chandelier Hotel in year one. So they must have pushed time a year. And if you're psychic, that's his corpse, man. That's pretty sad. So Christ will probably resurrect his corpse. And so that's amazing, right? So what's up, Mike Myers? Put a giant TV there. What's up, buddy? So let me guess. Tupac killed you, and now he's at large, and he's got some surgery, so he's LV. And now it's not the truth, right? Okay, but it is the truth, right? Okay. So I don't know, man. So how many black people know that Bad Baby's dating Tupac Shakur? That lady up in my middle school coming in with a picture of him. How old is Bad Baby then? She's like, it's a big lie that she's 21, right? And then Elon Musk wants to push her atomic weight to like some kind of like anorexic about to die type thing. When Elon Musk talks about squeezing time or age, he's talking about squeezing atomic weight. What he does with that atomic weight, he puts it in his Tesla cars, man. The one he sent into space, the spherical, like 12 years ago, has about a lot of her atomic weight. Every time someone sins, right, there's guilt, right? So this is where I get kind of like triple, way triple X-rated. So put the kids to bed. Okay, like I study the threesome type of phenomenon, right? Okay. Um, I mean, I always tell people that God puts us in here with a partner, but it's not true. We don't need a partner. If you get to the age when you say I've got a partner, I'm partner worthy, then you start looking for it. Some are not partner worthy, right? So let's say, for example, this is just informative, man, but we're on film 3, right? Okay. So I'm talking about being partner worthy. I think that yeah, I must have been born partner worthy, man. Basically, but not all of us were. Some are actually not even partner worthy, but they're partnering up. So you've got, I mean, God could have just been like, so this is like 58 in the series, okay? Tupac Shakur, yeah. So I don't understand why he's so evil and stuff. He wants to be LV. Lee Vaughn basically is the Machiavellian symbolic cyclaic. Ugh. So she's saying basically all over her body that she's got like Tupac shit on her. I don't even know what's the point. I don't even like Tupac at all. At all. I don't think it. I think his name is Trevor Vaughn. And here's another thing too. He faked a death over here at a clothing store that he didn't even own. The thing about Trevor Vaughn being cool, he's not cool. I don't think Trevor Vaughn is at all cool, and I don't think Tupac is at all cool. It's the same person. He's also the guy from Jurassic Park. The guy who's in the movie The Fly. The guy, he was not really in the movie The Fly. That was a stunt double, right? But does anybody psychic out there remember with the guy with the shades in Jurassic Park is like he's playing. You know why he's talking about the chaos theory? That's actually some kind of like secunda. That's actually like his parole agreement to do that, and he gets out pretty much. Okay, Trevor Vaughn is his name, but David something, right? But he's not David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff, what is it? Oh yeah, Germany, of course, right? What is the name of the guy? What's the lady's name? Shemdalaya Fishnaya? Hey, Shemdalaya Fishnaya over in Crust. Jesus, put the camera to her face. What's that guy's name? I know it's Trevor Vaughn, but what does he go by with the thing? Remember he's talking about like rock and roll theorists or chaos theorists. Like, what is his name? No one knows his name, right? Okay, it's just Trevor Vaughn. So Bad Baby's dating Trevor Vaughn. I got right here, I got Kim Kardashian. I don't really need no Bad Baby no more. I'm really sick of her. Like, I mean, like, in life, you kind of, like, you're fascinated by people. You kind of suck the energy out of them. And then you're like, there ain't nothing. There's but a corpse, and I gotta move on. But, so I don't really know. But, Trevor Vaughn, I don't know. I know that black people as well. That's the weird thing. Is like, you want to focus on this one person, but it's like, black people have killed a person in conjunction, man. In conjunction. Basically, let's put a short explanation. Let's say you're playing Super Mario, and like in Super Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, every single like Mushroom Kingdom creature and Bowser all of a sudden like slaughter a little scarecrow guy and the game ends. Like, what just happened, right? Black people are all guilty of murder, right? And you want to point out this Trevor Vaughn, man, but I don't know. It's a fascination with the black species, man. I am some kind of unknown species. I can change my species. I don't know. I put Kim on my species. Now we have four kids, two girls and two boys. Like we had a boy and two girls and a boy. It's this all happened kind of a year ago in like a baby blowout. But yeah, so the six of us are some kind of unknown species right now. But the black species, the history of the black species. Okay, I don't know, man. I told there's 12 periods, right? The Cretaceous and all these things. I believe that the black species started in the third period out of the 12. I think they started as pterodactyls. Pterodactyls must have came from. You would think that they came from lizards. They came from some kind of excretion out of a T Rex. I was like a T Rex. Wouldn't you want to be a T Rex? I was a T Rex. Kim was like a pink ass stegosaurus, man. I just moseyed around her and stuff, right? So black people are very alienic, okay? So I'd say probably here's where aliens began. Okay, so I'd say probably I contributed to the Trevor Vaughn subspecies of pterodactyli, which would say scientifically, right? So literally, I was some kind of T Rex. They used to call me the king of the jungle. I'm the reason that why God threw that giant comet and killed everybody. That's why people think I'm like a riot starter or something. I killed like some kind of like I don't know what he was. He was like a brand new species of T Rex, and I just tore that nigga up. I said, and like a year later, I remember the giant comet coming down and doing that. Now you would say, how do you know death's so good? Like you talk about the sensitivity of the human body. Well, I don't know. Is this 2025? I'm trying to get a PlayStation 5 and I don't know, work at a church or something. But like the way past lives work, I mean, like we're pretty much over our past lives, but there's a lot of people that think that we never get over the past life. Like, come on, it's just death. I mean, we are supposed to be like finally judged right now. So having a bunch of kids and thinking it's just bad for the environment. I mean, everybody knows that an atom ion and the rest of the work. I am not the only like push to work on guy. These are people working hard. I'm sitting at the reception desk telling. Now I'm talking about next week's parade through New York or something. You know how many volunteers we need or something. Okay, let's get that straight. But like, and I just felt like a brain section like otro Vrmhasa and Chinta Chinta just kind of like bloop. I got some new stuff, and it's like probably third from the back on Tendril 1. That's cool in succession. That's cool. But I just want to say that, like, just being like, this is like the time period where we're getting ready to leave here. This is kind of like, if we got like the Google phone is probably the last iteration of the technological species. So I would not, don't concern yourself with the quantum, anyways, or anything like that. Okay, there's a Google on eBay for like $1,000. It's pretty advanced. If they double the advancement, that's the end of technology, basically. I think we've got like 10 years to go, kind of. If you look at like the history of human beings, like I mean, we're into porn now, right? And I think Pornhub should probably at some point open up the ability to post porn. I mean, if you got like a $19 prescription and you can't post porn, as is like I don't know, but like okay, we're getting to like I don't know, man. This internet is pretty fast. Sorry, real for it. This internet is pretty fast. It's probably like IQ 8. Okay. The net neutrality was just like it was just an adjustment. That's all it was. It happened 5 years ago. Okay, I have to talk about some kind of criminal. Now, if there was like a mass killing of a person, well, maybe we did not resurrect. Oh, David Bowie now. Okay, so now we're back on the case over here. So now, Mike Myers became David Bowie, but this is like David Bowie was probably here in the 40s, and Mike Myers probably the 80s. So the way time travel works is that there's got to be a bubble, right? So you surf a bubble, and you don't know where you're gonna end up, but you need a bracelet. So it's like you match. It's like when you go to a club, you say, "Hi, I'm with Team Yellow. I got the bracelet. Oh, we're with Team Yellow too. Come on." It's the old networking trick, right? Like if you go to like a college campus for the first day, you're not gonna know nobody. Or if you're a fresh employee and it's like a get together, throw it. It's that nervousness that keeps people apart, right? So what I'm saying here now, this is 4 videos later. So I'm saying that if we're in a time period where we're kind of like, I don't know, like if I get with Kim, right? And we have a good time. We start making pornos and shit, and maybe I do 2 rock shows or something, man. That's got to be the end of our life, man. You know what I mean? So if we got like 10 years to go, and don't pray it faster, man. There's a lot of work to do to be praying that. You're like the guy like at the train station praying like for the peanut guy to show up and deliver you peanuts or sell you peanuts, but it's like you don't even know if there is such a thing, you know? You're unaware of certain things. You can't just like I would say you'd get judged for trying to bring the end of creation. I mean, we're coming to the end of creation, but it's not scary, man. I mean, there were instances when it could have happened, you know, 20 years ago. 2005, I think 8 a.m. on April 5th, Christ was thinking maybe we got the whole shebang right here, you know, but it just didn't happen. But I think that people trying to extend their life are probably at this point with this announcement probably killing their life right now. So I wouldn't do that. And Kurzweil, I don't know what he's smoking, but I think to be intelligent, you have to show yourself, right? So if there's a Trump and he's not showing himself, that's not an intelligent person. I went to Florida just looking for the guy. They shut down the whole street. This guy was living with all he could talk about. I had to go up to an officer in a little tiny tent and say, "Hey, is the guy here? Could you relay a message?" Okay. I'm pretty important in the kingdom of God. If I go to Florida and I have to relay a message to somebody who's like basically blocking the intersection twice to show himself, and I can't do it with all my wherewithal, so I have to relay a message, a really smart message, anyways, like a level 10 message. We're talking about somebody basically we're basically talking about an unoccupied nation that we live in, okay? That's why you need a Jesus Christ right now. And I'm not talking about like a special brand of Pepsi. It must be terrible for the era we live in for den and such. No, I had to say that in a language called Vrkisnishnia. Now the last 40% was said in a language called Istikir. So I had to go back a level and explain it in a language called Istikir, right? Hold on, there's a little message on it. Okay. So basically, yeah, I had some angels come in and fix the message. But I'm just saying, if God, Mary, and Jesus show up during this last little decade or whatever, well, a decade is 10 years, a century is 100 years, right? So if God, Mary, and Jesus show up as some kind of president of the United States, it's supposed to be the center of all life. And they say something like, just let us run this country during this last 10 decades and let us push this last summer going down. I don't know if they don't have to go, but yeah, there's gonna be some, but I don't know. You guys let like a dream team come in for OJ. You didn't say, "Well, I'm sorry, man. The requirements say like 1 sailor per unit of like Navy Aplicasuskista or something." You know, it's like all I'm saying is if God, Mary, and Jesus have been trying to infiltrate the White House, and you guys have been saying no to that. I don't think that's good because, like, personally, I see myself living 10 years, 10 days, and getting there. If I date Kim, cool. If I don't, cool. Either way, I'm making it to the end of creation, right? It's not that hard to do. But do you know the story of the Pied Piper? There's an artist named Dave Mustaine who has his own version that says, "I led the rats through the streets," but it's actually a French tale about a city who closed their eyes for a whole week. They wore blinders, and they would go up to each other like this. You know what happened in that week? They lost all their money, and half of them went to hell. I don't think it's smart in the day. I mean, if you want to consider the day and age we live in, if God, Mary, and Jesus show up, so let us lend you a helping hand. We're here at the White House. We'll just run this thing. We got 10 more years, and then we're closing creation. We're gonna judge, and then this is gonna be something else. Okay, so this is like an expired place, and it's like your milk in the fridge with some shit you're gonna have to either throw out soon, or go to the market, or like you just have to do something in tangent C. I said that in a language called Holistic Castilla. Now, there's a person named LV. He's gonna go back and he's gonna look at certain facts, right? He's gonna say, well, you have an expiring milk, but you said either you have to go to the market or so. He's looking for contingency plans, okay? Now, if creation wraps up in like 10 years, which it will, and if not, nigga, I'm out, boom, right? Okay, but I'm saying like he wants to. I think that he wants to be the cog in the wheel. He wants to like put the grinders to God, so that his plan is that we're all ready to take off. And they're like, "Well, I'm sorry, man. I really didn't. I just maybe it's just I don't know, but." And they're all like, "What the hell got to?" Like he wants to be the unjudgeable species. I don't know. It sounds like he's just a black person concerned about the one death that they all performed. I mean, maybe it wasn't Mike Myers. Maybe it was just. Maybe it wasn't the stand-in for Daryl Strawberry. Oh, this is video 400 in the series. Okay, what I'm saying is like, if you're a bad person and it affects the atmosphere, everybody knows. I gotta close this window. Everybody knows okay, you know that an atom has a nucleus. Now, where is the nucleus in the atom? The atom is the nucleus because nucleus means center, right? When you buy a Snickers bar, a nuclei, it's called a nucleus. Would you call it the nougat, right? So you're asking for some kind of center of an almond, right? So let's say an almond. What? Okay, this is video 400 in that. Let's say an almond is an atom. I was just talking about like the 5% battery. I just Christ saying wrap it up. I gotta wrap it up. Bye.